David Goggins is described as one of the toughest men on the planet. He's the only man in history to complete elite training as a Navy SEAL, Army Ranger, and Air Force Tactical Air Controller. He's also an ultramarathon runner with more than 60 races under his belt.
Greatness is not something that you meet once. It's something that you meet thousands of fucking times in your life, and you don't reach it if you're not constantly in constant fucking pursuit of fucking greatness. We're gonna work on our weaknesses so we grow. We need friction to do that. Without friction, there's no growth. Without friction, there's confusion. I put a bunch of fucking friction in my life, and I grew. That's how I did it. You know how you get mentally tough? It's a lifestyle. Instead of hitting that fucking snooze button in the fucking morning and not making your bed, not cleaning your house, you don't hit the snooze button. You get up. You don't want to go run, you go run. You don't want to go swim, you go swim. You don't want to make your bed, you make your bed. You don't want to clean your house, you clean your house. You don't want to study, you fucking study. That's how you start to callous your mind. So that became my life. If you say you're gonna wake up at 4 o'clock in the fucking morning to go run, wake up at 4 o'clock it's gonna suck. It's not gonna be fun. Do something that sucks every single day of your life. That's how you grow. Embrace the suck.
It brings me back when I was 300 pounds, trying to lose fucking weight to get a Navy SEALs. My goal was to go out, I had a plan. My plan was to go out there and run 4 fucking miles. But guess what? Everybody's got a fucking plan so they can hit in the fucking mouth. That's for Mike Tyson. So when your plan fails, when those bolts and fucking laws get too heavy, when you get knocked the fuck down on the fucking canvas, when everything falls apart in your life and your plan is fucked up, what the fuck are you gonna do? There's only one motherfucking option. Stay fucking hard.
What if? A lot of times I'll be in a 200-mile run or something like that, and I'm all jacked up. Body's broken, mind's broken, spirit's broken. I started to say, what if I can pull this off? When I first walked into the Navy SEAL recruiter's office, he looked at me and said, there's only been 35 African Americans in 70 years make it through. You know what I said to myself? What if I can be the 36th? It's the what if I can pull off a fucking miracle. What if I can become someone that no one thinks I can be? And just me talking about that, I have the hair going up on my arms because it makes me just like, what if?
I had 2 options. To either be that 300-pound guy who sprayed for cockroaches and made $1,000 a month, or I can totally just sack it up and fail and fail and fail until I succeed. So I started calling recruiters up. I said, I'm gonna go be a fucking Navy SEAL. So there's a weight and height limit to get in the military. And I called this guy named Steven Salgio, recruiter, up, and he said, hey, come on in. He saw me, put me through the weight standard, all this other stuff, and to get into the class I had to get into, I had to lose 106 pounds in less than 3 months. I was like, fuck that, I can't do that. I grabbed my chocolate milkshake and went back to Ecolab, and I said, this ain't gonna be it for me. I quit my job and I went home and I started working out like somebody. I became the most obsessed person on the planet Earth. I had to invent a God that can take any pain, any suffering, any kind of judgment, and I built it through suffering. And I started realizing through this process that the fucking mind is what you created. And I started opening different doors that I didn't think were even there. And the more doors I opened up, the more I started realizing that my potential is damn near endless. It changed my whole mindset.
Well, life took me somewhere unexpected. I'm unprepared. It's about 6 degrees out here, and I'm underdressed. But guess what? No one gives a fuck. You gotta get the motherfucker amp. Sometimes life can really hijack your fucking mind. When that happens to you, you're all fucked up. Your goals, your ambitions, everything's out the fucking window. In life, we all go through different things. Sometimes your girlfriend or boyfriend breaks up with you. Guess what? Get the fuck over it. They no longer want you. Maybe you failed a test in school, you worked your ass off. Guess what? You failed the fucking test. Get over it, move past it. Learn to not let life hijack your brain. At work, you've been working your ass off for that new promotion. You don't fucking get it, someone else does. Maybe they kiss better ass than you do. Guess what? Get over it. Life will hijack your mind if you let it. Don't allow all these things to make you a lesser person. You must own your mind. Don't let life own yours. Get after it, stay hard.
Get it, David, come on. Ah, there you go. There you go. Energy, let it out. 7, 8, 9, 10, the machine here. There you go. Nobody works like David in this house. 13, come on. 14, come on. 15, shut that muscle down. 16, come on. Get it. 17.
They don't know me, son.
Get it. 18.
They don't know me, son.
Get it. 19.
They don't know me, son.
Yeah. 20, you got to go over, son. 21, yeah, get it again. Come on, we want to see it. Good, 22.
Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs?
That's you, buddy. Come on, 23. Come on, 24. One more, David.
Who's
One more.
gonna carry the boats?
You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. You did it. Yeah.
Look, carry the fucking boats. I gained about 50 pounds back. I was about 250 pounds. So I didn't put running shoes on for about 9 months, 10 months. I was overseas deploying, came back to free fall school. What I did was I went online, Googled, different events. This event came up called the Badwater 135, 135-mile race to Death Valley in the summertime. I didn't know that was even humanly possible to run that far. I thought it was a stage race. It was a 40-hour race. I went out there and basically to raise money for the Special Operations Warrior Foundation. So I called this guy up named Chris Kosman. Chris Kosman was the race director. He said to me, basically, you have to run 100 miles in 24 hours left to qualify. I never run past 20 miles in my entire life, and up until now, I probably made 20 miles this entire year. So he says, I called him up on a Wednesday. He says, you know what, there's a race on Saturday. And if you run 100 miles in 24 hours, I will consider you my race. So I said, I can walk this. And I get to mile 50. It's in San Diego, November. So on a 1 mile track, where you go as many times as you can on a 1 mile track for 24 hours. I get to mile 50 in about 12, 13 hours. I sit down. I see this blue lawn chair. I saw my ex-wife every single mile. By mile 70, I haven't gone to the bathroom one time, no water. This is when I realized that we only use 40% of our mind. This is when I started going crazy. We go, I'm at mile 70, I look at my ex-wife, when you sit down and I have to go in the bathroom for 12 hours, what must you do? And I start peeing blood down my leg. And my ex-wife's like, oh my God, you gotta stop. This is when I realized, my whole life, all the bad times, all the good times, I'm not gonna quit yet. Let me get better, let me fix my blood pressure. Let me get some potassium, sodium, nutrition in my body. Let me see if I can fix myself. So I said, if I can just walk 1 more mile after being in the worst shape of my entire life, this would change everything for me mentally going forward. From this kid who came from dirt, nothing, who couldn't read until he was in a junior high school, and is now here. I walked a mile. I said, maybe I can walk 1 more mile. Maybe I can walk another mile. At mile 81, my ex-wife looked at me and says, you're not gonna make the time. When your mind knows it's not going to quit, and this is what I found out, this is my 40% rule. When your mind knows it's not going to quit, your body will adapt to whatever is in front of it. I ended up running 20 more miles. I did 101 miles in 19 hours and 6 minutes. And that one day changed that 19 hours. It wasn't SEAL training, it wasn't ranger school, it wasn't Delta Force, what did that crap I went through? It was just 19 hours and 6 minutes that forever changed my life to know that we as human beings are capable of anything. And we don't need any special kind of parents or tools to get there. So I end it with this. Don't stop when you're tired, stop when you're done. Thank you very much.